Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
My name is Julie Hansen, and as an engineer, an advisor, and a woman in technology here at Salesforce, I have the honor of welcoming you to this afternoon's keynote about equality. And I am also very fortunate to have a good friend, colleague, and another woman in technology with me here today, Leah McGowen-Hare. Leah, welcome. Tell me a little bit about you.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you guys for coming out. This is exciting. How you guys feeling? All right, all right. Well, yes, I too have worked in technology. I've been at Salesforce for over 7.5 years. I, for the longest, taught developers how to build using our platform. I was a software engineer. I've been in technology since 1992. You know, just, I don't want to date myself, but I've been in a minute. And as a woman, as a person of color, I've seen it change dramatically. And I have to tell you, I am super duper excited about today.
You know, one of the things I love about working here the most is our culture. You know, it gets me up in the morning. I just so enjoy it. And there's so many things about our culture that I think is fantastic in terms of our ability to give back, our ability to work with so many people. And our culture, it runs like not only through the organization from an employee perspective, but from it's with our partners, it's with our customers, and it's with the communities around us as well.
That's right, absolutely, Julie. And this is our Ohana. This is a big family reunion. And I too love our culture. And I love, you know, our core values of equality and giving back and charity and just all of it. And part of that, you know, the whole 1-1-1 methodology that we all embrace. I've worked in STEM. I've worked with Girls Who Code, Technovation, as well as Black Girls Code. So I'm excited to be here.
That's fantastic. I know you got an award for something like that too, didn't you, Leah? You know, it is so great to give back, and there's so many ways of doing that. And here at Dreamforce, we've had that opportunity to have many things available as far as giving back. You've seen them all over the campground. We've had kids here learning how to code. We had kids coding camps this week. And then we also have, let's see here, somewhere in the audience, we have some boys and girls from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Oakland. Where are you? There you are. Young trailblazers. In fact, I think we're going to talk to a couple young trailblazers. Leah, who do you have over there?
Well, yes, we do. We have some young, energetic trailblazers. Why don't you introduce you? Give me your name and how old are you?
I'm Tyree Tillis, Jr., and I'm 13.
All right.
I'm Ajita Ball, and I'm 13.
Okay.
Darnell McCullough, Gym Director, Boys and Girls Club.
Awesome. Now, you guys are out of the Boys and Girls Club of Oakland, yes?
Yes.
Right on it.
What do you do there?
At the Boys and Girls Club, we do a lot of things from sleepovers to homework, the teen room where all teens go, 13 and up.
We do art room, we go in the gym, we play with bumper pool, we play multiple things.
All right, so it sounds like you guys have fun and work hard there. Now, you guys have been at Dreamforce. What did you do at Dreamforce?
We did coding.
Yes. Coding.
Coding is cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, these are our young trailblazers blazing the way. They're our next technologists, yeah?
Yeah.
I need a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming up and sharing with us. So excited. Thank you so much. Over to you, Julie.
That's adorable. So I have with me two lovely ladies from General Growth Properties. They own and manage and lease best-in-class retail companies, properties all over the U.S. They continue to grow in their success as an organization, but they're also very progressive internally as well. I have with me Gretchen Horn, VP of Application Development, and Priya Cochran, who's VP of Salesforce at GGP. Now, Priya, I'm trying to understand with you guys, how did you divide and conquer Dreamforce this year as far as getting to know and make new connections and things like that?
Yeah, Julie, we brought about 13 people across our business operations and technology teams, and we really wanted to divide and conquer so we could maximize our connections. So we kind of went a strategic route and an organic route. So from a strategic route perspective, we really tried to connect with our peers in the real estate industry. And then from an organic perspective, this is such a great environment for networking with people of different backgrounds, experiences, and roles.
Now, Gretchen, I understand that you also make time for some of your key partners that you can connect with here as well. Tell me a little bit about that from an IT perspective.
Yeah, this week we met with Jitterbit. They're our integration platform vendor, and their product is really key to our success. They help us connect our back and front offices together, so it's very important we have those strong relationships, and Dreamforce is the place to do it.
Now, from an IT perspective, I understand you're fairly progressive. You've got some female leadership going on there, and that's often an area where we have some challenges. Tell me what program you have going on in the IT world.
In the IT world, well, actually, we have a mentoring program that is actually built by Priya, but we are connected with young women throughout the company, leaders matched with young women, and it's been a great success.
Now, I hear you applauding over there. That's fantastic. That is really great that you have such a program going on. Now, Priya, I understand that you're actually part of the program. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so this is our inaugural year of our women's mentoring program. So we really wanted to give women additional exposure within the company. So we paired every mentee with a mentor who was a senior leader who was in a different department so that they had a fresh perspective. I wasn't an expert at creating these types of programs, so I really did a lot of research on the internet and created simple tools so we could find a shared interest or experience between each mentor and mentee so that they could get the most out of the relationship.
And how long has this program been going on? How long has it been going on for now?
It's about 9 months so far, so this is our first year, and we're really excited about all the feedback and all the energy that we've been getting from everybody.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here and sharing a little bit about GGP and definitely sharing a lot about your programs that you have in place for women. Leah, back to you.
Thanks, Thank you, Julie. And I am honored to have with me Miss Carrie Hoffman from Johnson Controls, Vice President, Information Technology. Give it up for Carrie. Carrie, so tell me, Johnson Controls utilizes IoT and digital business. Explain a little bit about what you guys do.
Sure, yeah, we do. Johnson Controls is a global diversified leader in both technology and a multi-industrial. And we have intelligent buildings, and we have efficient energy storage, and we're delivering on the promise of smart cities and smart buildings.
That sounds awesome. Tell me a little bit more when we talk about smart cities, what does that exactly mean, if I wanted to break that down?
Yeah, sure. So we've been in digital business for actually a long time. We have building automation systems and controls, and we've done that for quite a while. IoT really ups the game for us. Now we have connected chillers. We're able to have the chiller call back and say, I'm not operating quite right. That goes to our call center, that goes to our service reps, and we're able to deliver to our customers some preventative maintenance so the building never ends up heating up, it stays cool, and their energy usage is always efficient.
Awesome. Now, when we met, you told me you have a twin, and I was like, do you know something I don't know? But what were you exactly talking about?
So almost everybody has a twin. I have to say almost everybody because the monks don't have a twin, but anybody with one of these has a digital twin. And the digital twin is important because that experience that we're able to deliver in the building is changing. Now, the occupants in the building have a digital twin, and when they come in, their preferences of lighting and temperature are there, and it creates an awesome experience for the occupants. Now, for the building owners, that is able to give them higher occupancy in their building. And also, if I go back to that connected chiller, their energy is utilized at a great level, and we're delivering an outcome that they're willing to pay for.
Awesome. Thank you so much. A woman in tech for sure here. Thank you for sharing that with us, Carrie. Back over to you, Julie.
Thanks, Leah. So innovation disruption seems to be everywhere these days in the digital world. And when you have all this going on so rapidly, how does one company compete with another in terms of their online designs? And the answer is they harness the power of design. I have two guys with me today. I have Ryan Burke, who's VP of Sales, and Ryan Meeker, so I have two Ryans. He is Director of Sales Operations at InVision. And this is an organization that's created a product which is a design platform to allow companies to collaborate and design and make those amazing apps that all you guys use today. So I'm going to start with one Ryan here. This is a perfect time for a company like InVision. Tell me about InVision and why now? Why is this so popular?
Sure. Yeah, so I think people realize now that design's the new competitive advantage, right? So companies are understanding that your product strategy is your business strategy, and that's driven by design, right? So we make it very easy for everybody to build rapid prototypes up front. We really want to democratize the design process and then do it at scale. And we're doing it with 70% of the Fortune 100 and 2 million users every day.
And this is a platform, so you guys must make take a lot of time to work and try to be progressive with it. But I understand you made a documentary about this design company. Talk to me about why would you take time out from a small new company to make a documentary film?
Yeah, so our CEO, Clark, found himself going on site with designers, and he was talking to them about how they're disrupting billion-dollar industries. And these were really powerful conversations he was having. So he had the light bulb moment of, I need to get this out to the entire design community. So they started at that point, 18 months. It was a labor of love, and they really wanted to get out how design was impacting products and disrupting. So we've launched this video now after 18 months, this film, and we've premiered it in San Francisco, New York, all over the world, and we've had requests for over 200 screenings. And so the goal is just to really get it out in front of a broad audience as possible and get it in front of a diverse audience as possible.
So this documentary film is going to have some proceeds to it, and this is my favorite part of our story. What are you doing with the proceeds from this documentary film, teaching people around the importance of design?
I think he's...
Yeah, so basically we're giving 100% of the proceeds to the AIGA World Studio Scholarship Fund, right? So it's a great organization and program that supports scholarships for people, minorities, economically challenged individuals that are studying design and creative. So for us, it's all about giving back to the community, right? And we do it through the scholarship, and we also do it through education. Every student gets Envision free, every professor gets Envision free, so it's all about democratizing the design process.
Thank you guys so much for being here and telling us about the documentary, your business, and thank you for putting the proceeds through to an amazing fund as well. Now, the spirit of Ohana, it's here everywhere at Dreamforce today. Whether it's your first Dreamforce or if it's your 10th Dreamforce, everyone here is having fun. They're making connections, they're trailblazing, and they're just really making relationships everywhere. Let's take a look at a quick film that really emphasizes this.
All right. That was fun. Our Ohana. Speaking of our Ohana, we have one of our Ohana customers here, Ms. Laura Sengupta, IT manager at Cisco. Now, Laura, yeah, there, okay. Apparently, Cisco is in the house, okay. Now, listen, Laura, as you reflect on companies, you and I have talked about this, you've worked in tech. What has separated those that have embraced diversity and inclusion as core value and doing business and those that have not?
Yeah, so I've worked for several companies prior to Cisco, and Cisco really stands out in terms of embracing the core value of inclusion and diversity by not just stating it, but practicing it every day. Some of our senior leaders, executive leaders, are women. And our very own leader of operations, she used to be a CIO, and now the IT function rolls up under her, Rebecca Jacoby, is a woman. And there are so many women leaders at Cisco that I, as a woman and a woman of color, I don't ever feel that I need to be doing something differently. I just can be myself and bring value to the team.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, give that a round of applause. How do you change the culture and characteristics of a workplace in a way that is seen as fair as well as non-threatening?
Yeah, so building a culture takes time in a non-threatening way. A few things that I've done is encourage job rotations, so encourage people from other teams to come and work with me and my team, as well as encouraging my own team members when they've spent a few years to try something elsewhere. So that always keeps new thoughts and different perspectives coming into the team. As well as our new college hires, we've had quite a few early in career in my team. And they bring in not just the energy and the enthusiasm, but the new perspective that fuels the innovation. And lastly, I would like to talk about, there's some stereotypes in terms of roles where typically in IT, the gals would go for the IT analyst role and the guys would go for the IT engineer role. But it needed constant encouragement to make sure that both the roles are equally important. So now we have both men and women in IT analyst as well as IT engineer roles.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like you've done great work there, and clearly red is the power color. So thank you so much for coming out here and sharing your story with us. Back to you, Julie.
So it's not every day that I get to stand beside a rocket scientist, but more importantly, she is the CEO of Girl Scouts. Who has been involved in the Girl Scouts here or knows someone who has? That's a good piece of the audience. Sylvia, please tell me some background. Why are you involved in the Girl Scouts? Tell me your personal story.
You know, Julie, I grew up in a small rural town in New Mexico. And lucky for me, I had a troop leader who encouraged me to earn my science badge. And because I earned my science badge, I realized I could do science, I could do math. I became an engineer, and yes, I became a rocket scientist working at JPL on Voyager 2 mission. And why I'm so passionate about Girl Scouts? And why I'm so passionate about Girl Scouts is that in the last 2 years, 1.9 million girls have been doing science experiments just like I did. They learned how to code, they built robots, they did rockets, all those kinds of things that changed my life. I know that it's also changed their life. They're creating the tech pipeline of the future.
Can you understand why she makes a great leader as the CEO of Girl Scouts? She is an amazing woman. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
So we believe that world change starts with educating children. And that's the premise of Room to Read. Room to Read seeks to develop literacy in children, especially girls in developing countries. And that the skill of being able to have the reading available to the girls allows them to complete successfully their schooling and to have the skills that they need in life to be more successful. So we'd like to share this story of a partnership with Room to Read and Salesforce.org.
All of us, by virtue of where we were born, have been lucky. If we have educated mothers, educated fathers, we're lucky. If we have a government school system that may not be perfect, but that works pretty well, we're very, very lucky. Those of us who have been successful in life, I think we have a great opportunity to give back to those who might not have had that same luck. The cruelest fate for 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds to be told you're born in the wrong place at the wrong time, so you're not going to get educated, you'll be one more generation to live in poverty.
Education is an amazing tool. It can unlock solutions to almost every problem you can think of in the world. And that's Room to Read's job, is to ensure that every child is reached through education.
When the Khmer Rouge occupied the country, I lost my parents because of the genocide regime, and I becoming an orphan kid since I was about 12.5 years old, forced to work in the rice field, and until 6-7 years later, I back to school. I remember all my parents told me, no matter where you are, make sure you go to school. That's why I always believe, if I have money, I will build a school for my parents. I do believe in all the tragedy, the poverty, all these things people suffer here. It's a root at people have no education. If they had been educated, I don't think the genocide regime will take place in Cambodia. So our strategy here is to make sure children have access to school. Because like the philosophy say here, change starts with educated children.
Statistically, 2/3 of those who are out of school, 2/3 of those who are illiterate, are girls and young women. We also know that when a girl or a woman gets educated, it changes everything. It changes things for the family, for the community, for the whole society. That's why Room to Read decided to have a special focus on girls and women.
So walking into Pire's house and meeting her parents and her younger sister to show us the bookshelf, that clearly Pire just has so much pride in her bookshelf. She's got all these medical books, and she wants to be a doctor. It's amazing. That's a bold dream for a 15-year-old girl. You know, the mother pointed out the one light that they have in the house, and with such pride that her daughter could sit under that one light. There was so much love and joy in the family, and they're so proud of their daughter.
If a girl stays in school just one extra year in secondary school, her earning potential goes up by 15 to 20% every year. If she makes it to the end of 12th grade, she is a completely different future in front of her. The fact that over 28,000 girls are now enrolled in our long-term girls education program, the fact that we have worked in over 1,800 villages, the fact that there's over 17,000 communities where we've run our library and literacy program. We have to be able to track all of that. Salesforce has been a really important partner for Room to Read from the very beginning.
We're really lucky to have Salesforce. We really wouldn't be the organization that we are without having those metrics and the information and the data to share with people. It's just an integral part of how we operate.
And I'll never forget one time I emailed Mark and I was like, oh, I hope he at least reads it. And I got a reply within literally about 45 seconds. And he said, whatever you guys need, comma, you get. And that was it.
I'm incredibly grateful to be in Cambodia, both with my local staff, but also with an incredible group of volunteers from Salesforce. We worked together with Salesforce to fund the building of a new structure for these families, and to be able to provide them with just a safe place to come home to is just an amazing opportunity.
I've had kids in Nepal, a landlocked state, ask me, what does the ocean taste like, right? I've had children in Cambodia, which never gets below like 95 degrees, ask me, what does snow feel like? What does it feel like to be cold? They read about it in a book.
Room to Read's vision is very simple. It's to tell every kid in the world you were born in the right place at the right time, because we were there for you, Salesforce was there for you.
On behalf of Cambodian children, we will really thankful to Salesforce. I went to the pagoda and any ritual festival. I prayed to my parents, and I told them that I build school for them once every month at least.
If you can reach that many children, and then they grow up to raise an educated family, they grow up to be part of a peaceful, productive, stable society. This is right up there with the Archimedes quote, give me a lever long enough and I can move the earth. 15 million kids getting educated is a pretty long lever.